Hello there! February is almost upon us, which means, like every year in February, it's time for the 1Sapporo Snow Festival. I've been down to have a look. It's starting to look real good. They've got Darth Vader, pretty cool, and the Stormtroopers. The last few days was pretty warm, so I think the guys making them were a bit worried perhaps. If my man Akito behind the camera, he's a bit of a cameraman, he's taking heaps of photos of the Snow Festival. They're going up on the Vocab Voyage Facebook page. If you want to check out the Snow Festival, heaps of photos, go to Facebook, Vocab Voyage, easy to find. Give us an ine and then you can see all the photos. Cool. Sapporo Snow Festival. 30 words, same order, all from the same article, like always. First word, participation. Your participation in Vocab Voyage is much appreciated by myself. Participation means to sankasha, it means to take part in something. You are participating in Vocab Voyage by listening to me. Number 2, sculpture. The men in Odori Park at the moment are sculpturing Darth Vader out of ice. They are making a sculpture of Darth Vader. Sculpture, dorshimeshi, verb and noun. To sculpture, you make a sculpture. Bless. In the last week, we were blessed with nice weather and warm temperatures in Sapporo. To be blessed with something is to have something nice. I am blessed with extremely good looks. No? I don't know. Average. In Hokkaido, over winter, the average temperature is usually below 0. Average is A plus B plus C plus E plus F divided by 6, average. Stretch. Stretch, that's a verb. Stretch in this article is a noun. A stretch of water is a length of water. In the article it talks about Odori Park being a stretch of land. It stretches, verb, over 8 blocks. It's an 8-block stretch of land. Rendering. At the moment, if you go to Odori Park, you can see a rendering of Darth Vader made from ice. Rendering is, again, a noun verb. At the moment, those guys are rendering Darth Vader out of ice. They are making a rendering of Darth Vader out of ice. Icon. Darth Vader is an icon of the 80s. An icon is a symbol which represents something. A religious icon is a picture of Christ or a picture of Buddha. It's an image of something which everyone sees. An icon of Tokyo is Skytree. Native. Even though I have lived in Sapporo for 4 years now, I am not a native of Hokkaido. Whereas Akito is a native of Hokkaido. Means he came from here. If you're a native of somewhere, you come from there. Genghis Khan is native to Hokkaido. The guy isn't, but the food is. Backdrop. Behind me I have a backdrop of a white wall. Backdrop, it's the thing behind. It can be a noun verb again. The white wall is backdropping me. It's a backdrop. Thing behind you. Usually a theatre. Backdrop in theatre is the thing on the back wall, which they change. Veggie. Veggie. Before I could eat my dessert when I was a child, I had to eat all of my veggies. I put veggie, and everyone knows vegetable, but if you're talking to people from overseas, very often veggie is used instead of vegetable. Pine. I love everything about Japan, but I sometimes pine for a good meat pie. To pine for something is to want something. If you're pining for a girl, you're longing for her. Fortunately, I won't have to pine for meat pies for much longer because they're at Costco. Woohoo! New Zealand meat pies too. Disposal. I have this iPad at my disposal to help me explain these words. To have something at your disposal is to have something that you can use. The 1Sapporo Snow Festival has a stretch of 8 blocks at its disposal to display their sculptures. Predominantly. Even though the temperature was above 0 last week, in January and February in Hokkaido it is predominantly below 0. Means mostly, mainly. Japanese people predominantly like natto. Westerners predominantly don't like natto. Davide, do you like natto? Davide's not listening. He's busy. He's doing his Volca Viaggio.
I don't like natto.
Oh, see? Predominantly don't like natto. See? Predominantly.
I didn't hear, sorry.
Bestow. Bestow. Kei Nishikori has had the title of Japan's best tennis player bestowed on him. If you bestow something, you give someone a good name. You give someone a prize, an award. He's waiting to have his first Grand Slam bestowed on him. Unfortunately, it won't be the 2015 Australian Open. Interact. Interact. The best way for you to learn English is to interact with me by listening to me and interact with other foreigners to practice your speaking. To interact is to work together, to be together. First hand. First hand means chokusetsu, it means direct. If you are speaking to someone, you are hearing it first hand. Another very common and very cool English idiom for first hand is straight from the horse's mouth. First hand. Family friendly. Family friendly means you can go, you can take your children, you can take your parents, you can take your grandparents, everyone can go. A bar is not family friendly. A Disneyland is family friendly. At the Sapporo Snow Festival, the family friendly area is the one out by somewhere out by Ainosato somewhere, and they've got all sorts of things kids can do, so it's a lot more family friendly. The kids will be very happy. Acrobatics. Noun. Acrobatics are, example sentence. The parents had trouble finding a family-friendly restaurant to take their children to. That's the last example sentence. This example sentence, acrobatics. Acrobatics. I look forward to going to Odori Park and seeing the acrobatics of the snowboarders coming down the big ramp. Acrobatics is an acrobat. They're bouncing, jumping, twisting. Acrobatics is what they do. Flash, tricky stuff. Namesake. The namesake of Napier tissues is Napier in New Zealand. Bet you didn't know that. Look it up. Napier, N-A-P-I-E-R, Napier tissues. Napier is its namesake. Something which you are named after. Vendor. If you go to Odori Park when the snow festival is on, you can buy food and souvenirs from many vendors. A vendor is someone selling something, usually in a stall kind of thing. It can be in a shop, but mainly in a stall. Like at the Matsuri, at the festivals, all the vendors selling food and the vendors selling omiyage, souvenirs. Craft. My wife likes to produce crafts, particularly beads, little toys made out of wool, and painting. Craft, verb, noun. Crafts, noun. My bad. Crafts, noun. Crafts are things which are made which use a lot of skill. Painting, knitting, sculpture, all these kinds of things. Scamper. When I'm in a restaurant, I hate it when little children are scampering around. To scamper, to run around. When you go to somewhere where there are little children and they're excited, they're scampering all over the place. Layer. Today I am wearing 2 layers. I think Akito behind the camera is wearing 5 layers. Layers of clothing, 1, 2, yeah? One on top of the other, okay? If you want to be warm, it's all about wearing many layers. Sell out. When the All Blacks decided to put the AIG sponsor on their jersey, people were afraid they were selling out. To sell out is... The All Black jersey is very precious to all New Zealand. It's almost sacred because we love our rugby. To put AIG on it is to be using the All Black jersey to make money. People didn't like it. They accused the New Zealand Rugby Union of selling out. Stout. Stout. Guinness. Stout is an adjective, but in this list it's a noun. It means a very dark beer, like Guinness. That's the most famous stout. Ebisu makes a stout too. Imaginable. You are finding Vocab Voyage more useful than you ever thought imaginable. Imaginable means you can believe it, you can see it. Sozo dekiru. You can imagine it. If you can't imagine it, it's unimaginable. When people were seeing the tsunami come over, it was unimaginable. People couldn't imagine that could happen. Shimmer. Shimmer is a soft glow. When the LED lights come on and when they had the illumination and they had the big sea of LED lights making the pad that was shimmering in the dark. It's like a nice glowing light. Grace. Verb. Grace is... example sentence. My students are always happy that I grace them with my presence. To grace someone is to bestow honor upon them by attending. If the Queen comes, she graces your event by her coming along. Grace. To grace. Bohemian. Bohemian. In the 1970s, the new bohemian lifestyle upset older people. Bohemian, it means relaxed, laid back, a little weird. Peace, man. It's a fairly laid back, weird kind of hippie kind of lifestyle. Prefer. Even though I like boiled gyoza, I prefer fried gyoza. Prefer like one thing more than another. Akito prefers the warm rather than the cold. Okay. Thank you. Remember, like us on Facebook, see all the photos. And you can see every day I put stuff up, and you can get a straight constant feed on your Facebook. Get in there, make me happy. See you later.